Purchasing a new Polaris ATV or side-by-side is always exciting, especially if it's your first foray into off-road riding. The proper maintenance of your vehicle is the best way to ensure that it operates to its full potential. With the right tools and know-how, you can maintain your vehicle from your own garage, ensuring you get the most enjoyment out of your off-road experience. Off-road riding is a lot of fun. Technical riding is also a blast, but sometimes you just gotta get muddy and really push the limits. And it's times like this that your CV boots can really take some abuse. Coming in contact with sticks, stumps, and sharp-edged rocks when out tackling mud and challenging terrain is the most likely way for a CV boot to become torn or punctured. Although it can happen at any time, and once you have a tear in the rubber boot material, it's only a matter of time until the grease either finds its way out or the water finds its way in, usually a combination of both, which then causes a rapid degradation of the CV joint itself due to rusting and ultimately a seizing of the driveline joint, which will cause a complete failure in a short amount of time. Now, Polaris offers 3 different options for fixing your CV boots and driveline half shafts. Firstly, you have a CV boot replacement kit that requires a specialty crimping tool. Secondly, you have a trail side CV boot repair kit. And then lastly, you have an entire CV axle assembly that comes with the axle, the CV joints, as well as the boots all assembled in one piece. It's important to note that the half shafts from Polaris are engineered as an integral part of the drivetrain, and while you may be tempted to increase axle strength with aftermarket offerings, these will often transfer excessive stress into other driveline components and can cause much more expensive repairs in the future. Polaris does offer a standard replacement axle assembly kit as well as a standard boot kit. If you're riding in extreme conditions, the HD axle or TPE CV boot kit may be your best option. The HD axle offers increased durability, and the HD boot is made from thermoplastic elastomer or TPE, which features a greater tear resistance to keep you going through the harshest terrain. If you've replaced a CV boot before, you know that it can be quite a chore and not something that you'd expect to be able to do trailside. But now replacing those CV boots while out on the trail is totally feasible with the Polaris CV Boot Repair Kit. The CV Boot Repair Kit comes with an oversized expandable CV boot, a reusable expansion cone that also doubles as the storage container for the entire kit, along with 2 boot clamps, silicone lube, and a CV joint grease packet, and the cover for the cone to keep everything neatly packed away. Polaris has a complete video on trailside CV boot repair online, and the kit itself also comes with instructions to show you how to get the job done if you find yourself with a torn CV boot. It's always a good idea to stock common replacement parts, especially if you're planning a big excursion or a high-mile, multi-day ride where you won't have access to a Polaris dealer. I like to bring along a complete half-shaft assembly. This ensures that you can continue the ride, especially when in remote locations. It's also very important to ensure after every ride, and truthfully, after every big foray through excessive mud and grassy marsh crossings, that you inspect your axle and CV boots. Remove any sticks or grass that may be collecting around the axle and boots to ensure that you get the longest life out of your parts. If you need to install a new CV boot or axle shaft assembly, whether it be at home or trailside, there are some important steps that you need to follow to ensure the best results. Inspecting the wheel bearing and hub assembly and removing any excess mud, debris, or grease is very important prior to reassembly. Likewise, torquing fasteners, including the Castleman nut, to the proper spec as referenced in your Polaris owner's manual will ensure the safe and reliable operation of your ATV or side-by-side. When you're taking the time to do a replacement of a half-shaft assembly or boot, it's never a bad idea to check into your A-arm guard options from Polaris, as these products can help to protect the axle and boot from debris intrusion and damage. Maintenance is important, but so is being prepared for potential damage to sensitive areas of your off-road vehicle. When you leave your house with a Polaris Trailside CV Boot Repair Kit or a full axle shaft assembly, it's just insurance that you're going to get wherever you're going, no matter what the trail throws at you.